Blessings, peace and blessings, peace and blessings. Glory, glory to the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Welcome to the house that God has made with your brother Jehoshaphat Israel. Now, family, I already shot this video today. And I got in trouble. I got in trouble with the YouTube people, but they told me this video right here is directed to YouTube only. You know what I'm saying? I already got the video the first time. I already got it on the internet, flying around on several different sites. But YouTube is requiring me to cut certain things out of the video so y'all can see it. I'm trying my best to play by the rules, to play by all the rules of engagement, anything that they're asking of me. I'm trying my best. So on this video, I have to shoot the video all the way over again. Now, the topic for this morning time is domestic discipline. The topic for this morning time is domestic violence. The topic for this morning time is weaponizing your sex, you know what I'm saying, against your partner. And shouts out to my brother from the Jeremy Hill show, because he has introduced this thought to me. You know what I'm saying? I didn't even, to be honest with y'all, I didn't even know this was a thing. But I know I gave it my best on the last video. I got to do it. It's hard work, family. It's hard. It's hard work, because somehow I got to say all the things that I said before with the same passion as I said last time. I have to remember all the things that I said and how I said them and all of that. So I know where I messed up. I'm not going to use that clip. What I will say is people in general need to stop. Hold up. Let me change my imagery in the background. So people, to me, my brothers and my sisters that listen to my voice, people in general, they need to stop jumping in and out of relationships. Now, it is said to a man that a man is granted a good woman in his life 3 times. Only 3 times. And in those 3 times is that man's life mate. It's his soulmate in those 3 times. And man, I don't know about a woman. I don't know how many times. I don't know what the sayings that an older woman will say to a younger woman about man. I can only take it on the behalf of what men say to other young men or men in general. And it's a common saying amongst men that we are only granted 3 good women in our whole life. So as I look at relationships and I look at people getting in and out relationships, that make me beg the question, okay, you get in that relationship and it was your life mate. You got out that relationship. Now you're in another relationship. So what are the chances of you finding your life mate when you threw him or her away and got another relationship? Some of our life mates, the only thing that's wrong with them, they can have 99% of everything, all the qualities, of all the attributes, of all the good behaviors that we seek for in a partner. It's just that one thing that is about them that make us call everything off. So I'm here today to tell you, you know what I'm saying? If you're the type of person that gets in a relationship, out of relationship, in a relationship, out of relationship, it's been 365 days in a year and you done already had 7, 8 sexual partners, you're going to miss your life mate. Your better half is out there and you've probably already been with them or someone that fits their shoes. But if you're constantly getting in and out of a relationship, you're not going to be able to find your better half. You're not going to be able to find your soulmate. And the qualities that our soulmates have, they are damn near perfect. They 99.9 is just that one thing. But people in general have been accustomed to getting in a relationship, out of relationship. They'll blow past the one person that was going to be there for them. That one person. The clip that I wanted to use, it showed the white woman. She was with the brother, and she said the only thing that was wrong about him is that he was black. Out of 42 years that she searched for a husband to find, she didn't find that in any other white man. Out of 42 years, when she found the brother, he was in a nursing home. She got him out the nursing home, moved him back into her house. Now they live together as a couple. Now, she threw away her soulmate in 42 years of her life. And she never found that again. That's so many different people in relationships. See what I'm saying? That's so many. I could point the finger at women. I could point the finger at men. I could point the finger at the young. I can point the finger at the old. God, he presents through our lives and our destiny. Life is going to present your soul mate. It's not going to be a lot of things about them that that's wrong with them, far as in their qualities, far as that their ethics and their morals and their principle, they're on point. But if you sitting up here getting in and out of relationships, you're gonna blow past your soulmate and you're gonna be like that woman. She looked for that man for 42 years and finally found him when he was deteriorating in his health, and she still took him back in, and they lived with each other and she took care of him. You don't want to find yourself in that situations, my brothers and my sisters, going out there in the field and playing around. What if you play on like the man, you know what I'm saying? He want to be a bachelor. He want to be a player. Okay, he out there being a player and everything like that. But what if he blows by his soulmate? A man, we know as men, we are only granted 3 good women in our whole life. And the time span on it start from the time we were little boys. We could have met our soulmate when we were only 5 years old and didn't even know it. That's what I'm telling y'all. You know what I'm saying? This is not a game. This is not a joke. When you find somebody that you can get along through and they cover 99.9% of all the things that you are asking for, don't be a stupid headed person. Blow your damn lid. Blow your damn wig off your head and spill all your damn marbles on the floor, and you miss that person. And then the gap in between. Look at the woman. 42 years went in between with her dating. She's a white woman. Her dating all white men, and she never found the qualities that that one brother had. And he was willing to step outside in a relationship with the white woman, knowing that he's going to be persecuted, ridiculed, mocked, shamed, scorned, all in the public's eye. And he was still going to go through all of that just for love. So I'm telling y'all, don't be blowing by all these damn people. You might miss the chance at true love. You might look at your soulmate in their eyes and say, oh, that person only got one quality and I don't like that one quality. But what about the 99.9? What about the good attributes? What about the good qualities of morals, of dignity, of respect, of honor, wisdom, and love? That's worth 1%. So I want to introduce the thought of the people in the world to think. You know what I'm saying? To think. I know for a certainty a man is only granted 3 times in his whole life at a good woman. And that time starts from the time that he's a little boy all the way until he a grown man. This is something serious.
Ever have so many restraints on your relationship to where you are actually controlling your partner and it feels like a prison? If you got with him, then you got with him for a reason. You trust him, right? Or you should. If not, why are you there?
Now remember, this video is domestic discipline. Domestic discipline. I want to know how you feel about it. I want to know what you have to say about it. Me personally, I'm not for it. You know what I'm saying? I feel that people should be accountable. The man should be accountable and the woman should be accountable for their actions, what they are doing. And it should be something put in place for, damn, I probably do believe in this, domestic discipline, but not in the fashions of taking an actual force on a person like that. But let's continue. Let's get deeper into this.
Conversations that nobody want to have. So a lot of women are not, black women specifically are not teachable. And
I gotta break you up real quick, sister. Men are the same way. So if half the women are unteachable, half of the men in this world are unteachable. They are stuck in their ways. And it doesn't matter that they're young. It doesn't matter that they're old. These are the people that they are. Okay, sister, continue, sister.
I'm going to be honest. It's sad to say because I'm a black woman, but it took me years to get to this point. To even get to where I'm at right now. Like I said, my dad raised me, so that was a big up that I had in receiving orders and authority from a man. So, and I also went to the Army. I was also in the Army for 5 years. So I had no issue when receiving orders to a man. But I was in charge of men. So having to come home to a man telling me what to do was challenging. So it came down to me having to choose my marriage or my career. Cause it wasn't gonna work. I couldn't be masculine and then cut it off. It don't work like that. But it's either in you or like, and vice versa. Like, if that's what you're gonna be, then that's what's gonna be in you, and that's how you're gonna operate. So I don't. The answer to your question is no.
Look at the sister. She chose her femininity over masculinity. This is a real thing that women are gonna have to. Okay, if you don't want the man, you're gonna become a man. Straight up, sister. I don't know if you know that. You know what I'm saying? Because you're gonna pick up all them different traits that a man operates on. The masculine. Okay. You choose the masculine. Now you just know that you're going to be more dominant than the person that you with. So you're going to need a weaker man. But I warn my brothers, because I tell you in your face that as much as a woman would be domestic in violence, a man would be domestic in violence as well. And I've seen women pick a man that she can beat up. Pick a man that she could talk to crazy. Pick a man that she can bully around or treat as if she's a boy. And I'm not so much talking to a woman that want dominion, an older woman that choose a younger man and she wants to be dominant. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about, it's women out here that the woman is 5'9", but she's going to be with a brother that's 5'5". That woman weighs 165 pounds. She with a man that only weighs $120. That woman is going to be beating on that man. That woman, and remember, I do not condone any domestic violence. I don't condone no violence at all, to tell the truth, to be truthful to you, because I understand that only people that's uneducated and that cannot regulate their emotions result into violence. So, brother, you got to understand, there's a woman out there that just because she's bigger than that man, she's going to beat on that man. Now, if it's a woman in the world that will beat on a man because she wants that's what she wants to do. How many videos have y'all seen to where the woman, she gets inflamed, enraged, and she goes out and beat up her man? So y'all can't sit up here and tell me that it's not women out there that beat on man, but it's the exact same thing on the other coin. There is a man that will pick a little dainty woman, a woman that doesn't stand up for herself, a woman that doesn't have a voice, a woman that's easily controlled. You don't want to find yourselves with these people. So be mindful of who you choose to be with. You know what I'm saying? Be mindful. You know what I'm saying? What is the qualities and the ethics and the morals and the principles that these people, they carry as individuals? That's what you want to ask yourself. Thank you for coming to the show today, brother and sister. Thank you for coming to the show today. I'll let her finish off.
A lot of women are not receptive to it, but I think every day I pray over tact over my tongue, because I do want it to be receptive, and I do want whatever I talk about to be something that women could apply, not just hear my words and it fall on deaf ears and then they go and repeat the same thing. No, I want to give you actionable steps and step-by-step tools that you can apply to go home and see if you mean you. To go apply this and become nicer. So, yeah, no, they're not.
Thank you, sister. Thank you, sister. Thank you, sister. Thank you, brother. Thank you, brother, for coming to the show today.
I bought it. Those shoes, I bought it. Look at it, I bought it. Your car, I'm putting gas in it, bitch. You ain't put... Why are you smiling, bitch? You ready to...
You seem to be the dominant one in the relationship.
Now, is she dominant because she paid the bills? Or is she dominant because she got a mouth? Somebody has to be dominant in the relationship. You know what I'm saying? But just because we speak of domination doesn't mean it's not on both sides. I would never tell any of my brothers and sisters that the good relationships that I have seen, A good man is always going to meet his woman in the middle. A good man, before he makes any decision about their future, he going to make sure he go to his girl. Oh, baby, I was thinking about getting another job. Oh, baby, I want to know what you think about it. Oh, baby, I was thinking about moving this to Florida, girl. It'd be better for us to make it out there. What you feel about this, baby? Oh, baby, I was thinking about buying that house that costs $175,000. What you think about it? All the good relationships that I know of, all the good men that are married and has been married for 20, 25 years, they always go to their woman, and whatever they got going on, they gonna wait on her to answer. And whenever she answers, he's gonna factor that into his decision. He's gonna calculate whatever that woman said to what he said, and then he's going to come to the determination factor of his decision. I do believe that the man should have the final say so. But if the man has the final say so, a good man is going to look at his woman, and whatever she said is going to be mixed with whatever he said, and he's going to meet her in the middle. Same people that I have seen married for 20 years, 15 years, 10 years, all at 30 years. These men will go to their woman and they won't fit. They're not just going to make a decision without bringing her into the clause of the decision making. A good man will always bring his woman into it.
I bought it. Those shoes, I bought it. Look at it, I bought it. Your car, I'm putting gas in it. Bitch, you ain't put... Why are you smiling, bitch? You ready to put...
Man, brothers and sisters don't ever be with. I know this just a damn Jerry Springer show, and I know this stuff ain't real. I understand that, but it's a perfect example. My brothers and my sisters, don't ever be with a person that can disrespect you like that. That ain't no love. That ain't no attributes of love. That's not nothing wholesome. That is nothing sacred. You know what I'm saying? When you have a bond with a woman or a man, y'all should see y'all relationship as something sacred in between y'all two. Those vows that y'all take, it should really mean something to you. And for a man to be so brash and to be so disrespectful and disrespect a woman, that lets me know that he's just using her and manipulating her. That's it. That's all. So don't be with a person that will manipulate you, use sex as a weapon, try to be domestic with you in any shape, form, or fashion, or to downplay the great things that you do in that relationship and they see nothing good about it, but they're constantly taking from you. I want women and men in this day to think. Now, the caption of the video, it says, "Am I in the wrong for leaving her?" Let's see. You know what I'm saying? Let's see. Are you in the wrong for leaving her? But I can honestly tell you, you don't need a person that will result into violence. You want a person that can protect you. If they have to get violent, it is in for your self-preservation. That's what it's for. I'll be damned if the woman that I love, that I will be violent to her. I will fight anything. I'll fight the devil for my wife. I'll fight a bear for my wife. I'll fight a lion for my wife. I'll find a tiger, a pack of wild wolves. It doesn't matter. But far as me resulting into violence over my wife, why would I want to be violent towards the one that I love? But going back, am I in the wrong for leaving her? Let's find out.
Melissa, get out. Get out. My son's scared of you. My son is scared of you. Look, you see? You see? Do you see him? You see him? You see him? Okay then, he's scared. So get the fuck out. Go in the living room or the bathroom. You Stop. Stop.
Damn. Now, when the police come, she gonna say that he was being violent to her because she just ran like a dumbass, like an idiot. She ran into the wall, but she got a fresh mark on her face. So when the police come, he's going to be kicked out of his house. My brothers out there, I was married for 8 years and I never laid a hand on my wife. Never. I would never disrespect her. I would never want to see her hurt physically like that. But it was times to where I would come home and she wants to start an argument with me. And why I leave in handcuffs? Why I get kicked out my own house? You know what I'm saying? I didn't physically assault her or even be verbally violent with her. But when the police come, they always blame the man. It didn't matter that I woke up and I took my children to school and I went to work and then I went back and picked my children up and we all came home and help my kids with their homework or whatnot. That does not matter. That I had to stand on my feet for 10 hours to make sure that all the bills were paid. She wanted to be petty. Remember, I don't have to lie about her. I don't have to tell no lies. And if you're telling the truth, you can use Jesus Christ's name behind it. In Jesus Christ's name, I never did anything to this woman. Never. But it was times to where I was kicked out of my home after working 8 hours, working 10 hours. In the cold of December, it didn't matter. All over her emotions and all over her feelings. You don't need a person in your life that will get violent with you. That's the woman that I love. When the police came, why they didn't kick her ass out? You know what I'm saying? Why they didn't arrest her? You know what I'm saying? It's a damn shame. They put me in handcuffs just to get me. The police take me in their car, right? Then take me far away away from the house. What do you mean, Jehoshaphat? You know what I'm saying? They made sure that I couldn't even get in my car and drive off. They want to make sure that I was far away from this woman and it'd be a long time before I can get back home again. Brothers, you don't need that. You don't need a woman that'll call the police on you and get you kicked out of the house to where you're paying bills. You're providing for your house, but you the one that's going to the county. You the one that's getting kicked out of your house, and all you did was be a productive member of society and do the things that you have to do for your family. That's too many damn red flags. Family, I had to be crushed. I had to be broken. I had to be knocked all the way down to the ground and rebuild myself up in the way that I'm supposed to be. So this is a cautionary tale for all my brothers out there. As soon as she starts showing you that she could be like that, you don't need to be with that woman. Sister, when he started acting violent towards you, that should show you that you should not be with that person.
See, that's why I'm recording. Because the cops ain't gonna believe this shit.
They not gonna believe. You know what I'm saying? They not gonna believe you.
I'm breaking through the limit.
And it's a shame. It's a shame, right? It's a shame because he the man. And that's his house. She not paying no bills. And she just came over there to live out. But when the police come, let's show another scene. You know what I'm saying? I know I'm not tripping. I know I'm not tripping.
Is go out the door. Y'all see this on camera? I'm trying to leave out the door, get away from the situation, and make things better for me. But I can't see.
That was your brother. You know what I'm saying? That was your brother in my own home. You know what I'm saying? And when the police came, even though there was no visible marks, remember, I do not believe in violence. I made an oath to myself when I was 5 years old after I seen all the things that the women in my family went through with horrible men. From my mothers to my aunt, to my mama, to my grandmothers, to my aunties, to my nieces, to my cousins on both sides, the women in the neighborhood, the women down the street. I made an oath to myself that I will not break for nobody. Before I've decided to put my hands on a woman, I will leave that woman. I will never speak to that woman again. I don't care how much she cry. Oh, Jehoshaphat, please, baby. Oh, Jehoshaphat, please give me another chance, daddy. Oh, Jehoshaphat, I'll watch my mouth. No, brother. When they escalate, men and women, when they escalate to this point and this is their behavior. This is their behavior patterns. It only escalates from this point. It can only get better. It can only get worse. Ain't nothing good in this at all.
Go. So when the police get here, you will see.
And they will come.
Because I'm going to have to remove her from me physically. Trying to be polite and just walk out and have a great day, but she won't get off me. Can you please get off me? I'm asking her twice. Can you please get off of me?
Okay, I'm asking you to sit down.
Can you please get off of me?
Gary, please don't put your hands. I'm begging you, please sit down, Gary. Please don't leave me. Please.
You see this, right?
Run. You know what I'm saying?
I'm trying to go.
Please.
I'm trying to go.
Look at me.
I don't want to be with you.
I will give you whatever.
I don't want nothing from you. I want to be away from you. I want my freedom from you. All I'm trying to do.
Now, I hate to show the graphic of, you know what I'm saying, this video, but I have to prove to other women and men out there that women in general, they believe in domestic discipline. It's just the fact that they be violent when they do it. You know what I'm saying? They be violent. There is some violent women out here in the world as much as there are violent men. And women do practice domestic violence against men. They practice domestic discipline against men. Even though they might not use these phrases and these words, they still have been practicing all of this. And men in general have been dealing with it. Example. That's domestic. I ask men in general, why would you pick a woman that, men and women, why would you pick a woman that would put her hands on you and disrespect your manhood? And he's still trying to sit up there and love on this woman. But when a woman is violent to a man, you are questioning that man's manhood. It's completely different than a woman. The women, I ask you today, why would you be with a woman? Why would you be with a man that does not see you as a woman and he sees you as a man? Because you would have to see that woman as a man. To physically harm a woman, you would have to see that woman as a man. That's why I'm saying be aware. You know what I'm saying? If a person put their hands on you, they don't love you and they hate you. You would have to be honest with you. You would have to have a form of hatred inside of your body to physically ball your fist up and to strike another person, to physically assault them. That is not love. What can you possibly tell me how that would be love? How would that be guidance? How would that be protection? That ain't none of that. You know what I'm saying? But women do practice domestic violence. Some women, just like I told y'all at the beginning of this video, is some women that will pick a weaker man just to beat the man. There is a man that will pick a female that is so feminine and he will crush that woman. He will be what's the proper word of it? He will be so damn dominion over that woman. You know what I'm saying? Why would you want to be in a relationship like that? Over something stupid too. I'm sorry. Only stupid people result to violence. You know what I'm saying? Only people who cannot regulate their emotions result to violence. And a lot of people who result to violence have never been put in their place. They have had the free realm to run around, hurt. It's the reason why they say hurt people hurt people. No, I can't even say that. No, I can't even say that at all. But to a certain degree it is. But violent people that have never been put in their place, all they know is violence. It's a saying, if you give them an inch, they'll take a mile. Same thing with people that are violent or people that are uneducated. Let's get deeper into this. Thank you, sister, for coming to the show today. Thank you for coming to the show today. Like, share, subscribe, comment, all that good stuff. But your brother Israel, I had to learn that certain females use sex as a weapon. They mechanize and they organize they sex as an actual weapon. And I have to be honest with you, I have used sex as a weapon and I had to change from my ways. I had to change that I should not use my sex as a weapon towards the opposite sex. That's not good. You know what I'm saying? That's not good at all. You know what I'm saying? She not doing what I want. So I withheld from her. And in the word of God, God said that you should not hold your sex back from your partner. Even if you mad, even if you angry, even if you disappointed, you still have to make love to the person that you love, your partner, your husband, your wife. So I had to find not only because when sex was used against me, and it was weaponized and females used sex against me, I took parts of their traits and I started doing that to other females. I was wrong for that. My hand is all the way up to Zion. It's all the way up to heaven. I was wrong because I used sex as a weapon. I was wrong because I didn't understand that certain women use sex as a weapon. So you can't use sex as a weapon towards your partner. You can't. Y'all always got to meet each other in the middle and talk about y'all problems. You can't be so angry at your wife, brother, to where you cut off your sex. You're going against the word of God now. Now you're sinning. Now you are in the wrong. And you will be held accountable by God, not man, by God. You will be held accountable. He gonna make you pay for that. But if you with a person that would use sex as a weapon towards you, that will weaponize their sex, do that person really loves you? Are you loved? Are you loved by that person? If you use sex as a weapon, do you truly love that person?
Take it from me. Let's be honest, it's powerful, but in the wrong hands, it becomes a weapon. And some women use it to train you like a pet. Sit, stay, roll over, and maybe you'll get a little affection if you're behaving well enough. This type of manipulation is subtle at first. In the beginning, the chemistry is wild. She can't keep her hands off you, but then suddenly she starts rationing it. You argue, she goes cold. You don't do something her way, she's just not in the mood. But when she wants something from you, she turns it on hard. This isn't about attraction anymore. It's about control through intimacy. And let me break it down. She starts treating physical affection like a transaction, if you pay close attention. Not a shared connection, but a currency. You're no longer having because you both want to. You're doing it because you think, well, if I don't, she'll get upset, or worse, if I do, maybe she'll finally stop being distant. See how twisted that gets? She's dangling connection like bait, and you're jumping through hoops to earn something that should be mutual. Now, let's be clear. There's nothing wrong with a partner needing emotional safety, right? To feel some kind of physical connection. I mean, that's human.
Now, I can understand that, it might be that time of the month. I can understand she might have had a long day, but every day, brother, you know what I'm saying? Sister, I can understand that he might not be feeling good that night. I can understand that he might not be in the mood, but every night, brother, I can understand that you do everything right in the house, but she just want one thing and you're not giving that to her. Now she wants to act like that? Sister, he go out all them different nights and he has time to play around with his homies and he got time to go work on his car and be in the backyard. But every time he doesn't want to be intimate with you, that's a problem. That's somebody in your life weaponizing sex to use it against you, to be used like a tool so you can be in the format to do whatever the hell that they want. That is not love. That's manipulation. That is the key factor on what the definition of what manipulation would be in the very bit of it. All of it. Using something against someone to get what you want out of them. That is not love. Okay, sister, I'm sorry for cutting you off. Go ahead, sister, with your beautiful self.
But when it becomes a punishment and reward system, you're not in a relationship, you're in emotional captivity. Because over time,
or it could be a transactional relationship. Maybe, you know what I'm saying? Maybe.
Here's what will happen. You'll stop speaking your mind because, well, you don't want to upset her and lose that connection altogether. You start buying things, bending over backward, constantly trying to earn her touch. You become anxious, reactive, dependent, and she knows it. She knows the power that she holds. And the moment she sees you adjusting your behavior just to get affection, she's got you on a leash. If you want to break this cycle, though,
just like
you have to take sex and affection off
the pedestal. You know what I'm saying? Just like our sister said, sister, he got you on the leash. His love is so good, he got you doing all kind of crazy things. You know what I'm saying? He got you acting crazy just because he don't want to give you no loving. Brother, she done weaponized her sex. You done told all your homies at the water cooler and everything, and you still don't get that she's manipulating you. That is not true love. Sister, thank you for coming to the show today. Let me reintegrate before I play our fallen brother Bernie Mac. I do not believe in domestic violence. I do not believe, and to a certain degree, domestic discipline, I do believe in it because both men and women should be held accountable for their actions. I got to say it to you again. I do not believe in domestic violence. Before I get domestic with any woman, I would just leave her. I'm not gonna be enraged and be so mad and be so angry to where I'm gonna physically assault a woman that I claim to love. That is not love. So I gotta reintegrate all over again. I don't believe in domestic violence. That is not a relationship. Domestic discipline, I have to tell you, both men and women have to be accountable for their actions. If you're not willing to grow with a person, you're not for that person. If you're not willing to change for a person, you don't love that person. If you're not willing to be sick and to be poor and to be without with that person, you don't love that person at all. So I beg the question today, why are you wasting your time, brother? Jehosa, I love her. She say she my lady and she say she'll never leave me. Jehosa, he a good man. He pay all the bills, but he be getting violent. That is not a good relationship.
Always tight. I knock the fuck out my wife, man. No. Look, I'll tell you like it is. You want to do the same shit. You want some respect, hit your woman every now and then. Oh, my ass. You know, you think about it, you're just scared to do it. I knocked the fuck out my wife 5 years ago. Kinda enjoyed this shit, I'll be honest with you. She kept fucking with me, she kept fucking with me. I told her to quit fucking with me. You know, walking all up on me, bumping me and shit, you know. Cause I ain't never hit her, you know, I ain't never hit her. For 20 years I said, quit walking up on me like that. What you gonna do about it? What you gonna do about it? You know. I told her mother that one day, bitch, one day. She thought I was bullshit. 5 years, I've been with my wife 25 years. Took me 20 years to tag that heifer. My wife tight.
Now, you women and you ladies, you got to understand that if you're violent with your man, you're questioning his manhood. You are, you know what I'm saying? No different that if he was in prison and another man that was bigger than him wanted to essay him, that's the same thing that you're doing to a man. You're demasculating the man. Anytime a woman can be violent with a man, that's a form of demasculation. It's a form of taking a man's manhood away from him. And when you break a man, you know what I'm saying? When you break a man and take his power from his hood from him, you leave a shell of a result of a weakened, quickening man. That's what you leave behind. You know what I'm saying? When you're violent with a man, it is not the same for a woman. You know what I'm saying? At all. You know what I'm saying? The woman she beat on, that's not going to really affect her into the point to where it's in her eternal, in her psyche. She just knows she with a crazy ass person that she got to get away from. You know what I'm saying? After some time, her wounds will be healed. But the wounds that a woman inflict on a man by demasculating that man or taking the manhood, I don't even, it's no different than a man being essayed in prison. I don't think that he'll ever be able to get his manhood back. So you women and you ladies, you got to think, you know what I'm saying? You got to think. And double shame on you, brother, for being with a woman that will be violent with you. Double shame on you. Double shame on you. You don't want your manhood. And the value and the qualities of a man, you don't want to be a man if you can have somebody just beating on you like that.
Man, but we weren't always tight. I knocked the fuck out my wife, man. No. Look.
Let's look at some other forms that a woman can demasculate a man. We're not talking about taking his manhood, his pride, but demasculation. Well, it all falls on a man's pride. It does. A manhood is his prize. So let's see other ways and other shapes of other forms that a woman can demasculate a man.
I mean, it could be something so small as the amount of marshmallows I put in hot chocolate.
I want crap done when I ask for it to be done. When things are going on in the house that I don't have control of, I feel like I'm going to explode. What temperature do you have the burner on?
Burner's on 7, Jenny.
Okay.
I could be doing the dishes. It's everything from the amount of pressure I'm using with the water.
Babe, will you turn down the water just a little bit?
Oh my God, I'm just rinsing them. She'll want to control how I'm cooking, what I'm cooking.
I'm fixing the bacon for you.
Why?
I want to.
No, I got it.
I mean, I want control over everything.
Jenny wants me to do everything.
Before he married that woman, he already knew that. All the red flags that this woman presented before his face, he already seen that in his castle, that he'd never be able to be the man because the woman wants to put on the pants and the boots and the belt and the cowboy hat. She wants to do that. But this is still a form of demasculation against a man. If a man cannot be the ruler in his house, then he'd never be the ruler at anywhere, in anything. And he'll never be able to grow. But shame on this man, because he already seen those flags in that woman, how possessive that she is. This woman right here is worse than his mama, his grandma, and his auntie.
Everything her way and my way is wrong. The way I like to fold a bath towel, fold it in half and fold it.
Now, I cannot sit here before anybody and say she's a contentious woman. She can only be incontentious if she keep her husband. You know what I'm saying? I cannot sit up here and say that she's an imperialistic woman. I cannot say that she's a woman that's going to tear down her household. I can't say that. But far as in tearing down that man, that's what she's doing. Now, she might not be contentious. She probably is not imperialistic, an imperial woman, but she sure is demasculating the hell out of her man.
And a half again.
I fold it differently, like this and like that, and it's a done deal. I call them names.
Jenny's called me a bitch, little bitch. It makes me feel hard.
Now, let me stop you, brother. Let me stop you. I would never be with a woman that would call me out my name. I would always be with a woman that will put into me, that will pour into me, that will build up my confidence, to build up. You want a woman that'll build up your manhood. You know what I'm saying? If that was such of a thing, you know what I'm saying? You will always want your partner, the woman or man that you choose to lay with, to pour into you good qualities, good, what is the word for it? Confirmations, reformations, you know what I'm saying? Good reformations in that person to build them up. You know what I'm saying? Instead of tearing them down.
Horrible.
When I get angry with Daniel, I've called him loser. You know, it flies out of my mouth.
I feel like Jenny hates me all the time.
I will follow him to the car, to the porch, to the garage. I'm like a stalker.
She'll say something, and it'll be really hurtful. And I'll hop in my car and leave. She'll rip my windshield blade up and bend it.
Now now this relationship that we're looking at, we're looking from the outside looking in, is damn near domestic because it's domestic on the language. The degrading language that she uses for her man. How can she have a strong man in her life if she's constantly tearing him down? Okay, she might not tear down the household because some females are dumb and they're stupid and they will tear down their house brick by brick, shingle by shingle, wall by wall, roof by roof. They'll tear that house all the way down. But she in this factor, she's tearing down the man. And in the process of tearing down the man, it'll be a long time before he could build himself back up on his pride of his manhood. My brothers, you don't need that. Sisters, you don't need that. You don't need a man in your life that's going to tear down the woman that you are internally.
I'm like in attack mode, and I'll just keep at him.
I mean, it's killing me. I don't feel like a man. I feel like a failure.
I have to have so much control that he can't go be a man on his own.
If it doesn't change.
That just lets me know that some women, they don't want a man. They don't want a man. They want a boy. We're not sitting up here talking about no Build-A-Bear. We're talking about, we're not talking about a young man that's 18, 20, 25. Some women want a demasculated man so they can run roughshod over that relationship. She wants to be dominion. You know what I'm saying? She wants to have dominion over the house. She wants dominion over that man. Now, where is this woman meeting that man in the middle? This relationship will never last. If they keep on going, it's going to come to a point to where it's domestic violence, or it can even be more horrific than that with the man that she's shaping. This is why a lot of men go crazy, and you see them on the news. You see them in the paper. You see them in prison. Why is that? Because of stuff like this. But that I don't feel sorry for him because he put himself in the position because he never wanted to cut it off. Like, hey, I don't need this. You know what I'm saying? Find a boy that you can run over. But some women, just like I told you, some women pick a man so they can be violent with. Some women pick a man just so they can be have a dominion over that man, a realm of dominion over that man. Now, before I play this video, it's going to make a lot of women mad, because a lot of women will never answer to a man. A lot of women will never want to be subservient to a man. But all the great relationships that I have seen that have lasted 20 years, 30 years, 40 years, them people, that man and that woman, they meet each other in the middle on everything. That man will never make a decision without going to his woman to get a better understanding. And once more again, when the woman says what she said, that man is going to factor that into his final decision. I believe that the man should have the final say off the top. The man should have the final say, but the man ain't going to get the final say without his woman's 2 cents in. He has to organize that into his decision. All the great men that I know that are married right now to this day, they will never make a decision without their wife. Never. They will never. You know what I'm saying? Absolutely never. And whatever that woman says to that man, he will always calculate. He will always factor that into his decision making to get that final decision. That's a real man. That's a real woman. That's a real couple together working for one another. Now, God, he said that the man will leave his father's house, join his mate, and they will become one flesh. That's the people that I just said that's been in relationships for 20, 30 years. They have become one flesh. Why do I say that? You could take that man and put him on the other side of town, and whatever he say, you could take that woman and put her on the other side of town, and you ask him a question. Whatever that man say, that woman, even though they're not in the same room, that woman gonna say the same thing. That's people who have become one flesh, just like God said. Now, you can ask that woman a question, and her man is on the other side of town. Whatever that woman said, that man is going to say the same exact thing. This is what we say when we say becoming one flesh. That man will never make a decision on their life without getting what that woman, the input on what that woman has to say. That is a great relationship. This is the way it's supposed to be. Now, by playing this video, I'm going to make all the women mad. Okay, about 70%, give or take, especially my sisters out there, because of what older females done taught them. This is a virtuous woman right here. This is a woman of morals, of principles, of ethics, and a belief in God. You know what I'm saying? And a belief and a submission to God. Sister, check this out. Before you can submit to any man, that man has to submit himself to Christ Jesus. If that man doesn't have something bigger over him to where he's answering to, he'll never be a good leader, a provider, or a father. A man will always have to have something greater over himself to look at, to be inspired by, to listen to understand the qualities before he can lead anybody. You know what I'm saying? Before he can lead any woman. And it's sad to say that a lot of you women out there, y'all pick a man with no direction. Y'all pick a man that has no leadership skills because they themselves are not following something that is greater than themselves. A higher power, a higher calling, a higher ethics, a higher morals, a higher principle, whatever that might look like, whatever that might be, is greater than that man. And that man is willing to stand in line to something that is greater than himself. That's the only way a man can be great, is to have something greater over himself that he believes in. Y'all be picking all these men that don't have no calling. They don't have no belief. They don't have no structure. They don't have none of that. And you expect them to be motivated. You expect them to be a good leader. You expect them to be a good father. And they don't have any of those qualities because they don't have something over them that's greater than them.
Submit to you. I will forever submit to you. I'll forever submit to you, Miles. I'll forever respect you, Miles. I'll forever honor you, Miles, as the head of our home, and no other. There is no other. There is no one.
You see, brothers, You see how easy it is for women? Now, it's the same thing. Now, I went on my tangent and I talked about how a man has to have something greater over him, but it's the same thing with a woman. A good woman, a woman of virtues. This is what you want. You want, I don't know if it's not called a man of virtues. It's a man of valor, a man of honor. Sisters, you need a man of honor that can be honored. Not only do you honor him, but the people around him. He's an honorable man. But brother, you need a virtuous woman. Virtuous, meaning she has morals and she has principles and she has something that is over herself that she can actually submit. A lot of women nowadays cannot submit because they haven't been submitting to anything. So when you come up and say, hey, baby, I'm the man, I want to be with you, she's not going to submit to you like that because she's haven't been submissive to God. She hasn't been submissive to Jesus. She wasn't submissive to her father. She wasn't submissive to her mother. So a lot of these relationships is dissolved because submission. This is something that's actual, tangible in the world that has to be duplicated and it has to be played out. It's a lot of women out there that are not running to be submissive wives. It's just the fact, brother, that you ain't found one. You don't know what that looks like. This is what you're looking for. You're looking for a virtuous woman.
No plans of hell will ever prosper in our marriage and will ever hold me not to be a wife that is a Proverbs 31 woman. I will become that woman that builds the home as I follow you, as you follow Christ. That is the only thing that we will do in our household. And I promise and I vow that in heaven they hear. On earth I declare and decree, I shall be a submissive wife unto you. As we continue to do this work of God, I'll forever submit to you.
That's what you want, brother. Okay, we got the Caucasian sister up, and y'all have to understand, I am not racist. My God is not racist. Racism, far as in the classism and all of that, is a new construct that was started in 1658 by Anglo-Saxon white people. I'm against white supremacy. I'm against anything that was engineered to oppress my people. So I'm not against all white people. I'm just against the ones that are racist and practice racism. I'm not a respecter of man or woman. What does that mean? I give everybody, just like my God, he gives everybody a chance. He's not racist. That's a new that's a social construct that's in this world that was created in the mid 1600s. So I have to let you know what I'm saying? I'm not racist towards white people. I'm not against white people. I'm against the systems that they have created to oppress my people. Not all white people are racist. It might be 5 of them. You know what I'm saying? I got to be realistic. You know what I'm saying? It might be 10 of them, but I'm not against white people. I'm against white racist people and the systems that they have built. So if I could sit up here and say that this is our white sister, I mean that. This is our white sister, and we're going to sit up here and listen to what she has to say about traditional values in a relationship. Traditional values on how they work on exceeding the relationship to take it to another place to where it be. So this is our sister, and we're going to listen to her on how her marriage is.
People hate, but they work for us. We live traditionally. My husband leads, I follow. And our marriage has never been stronger. Rule 1, he has the final say. Not because I'm weak, but because I trust his judgment. One leader means no chaos. Rule 2, I don't have to work. If I want to quit everything tomorrow, he would support me. What I choose to do is my freedom, not my burden. Rule 3, I protect the home. Cooking, cleaning, nurturing, creating peace. That is my power. A man cannot fight battles outside if his home feels like a battlefield itself. Rule 4, no opposite sex best friends. No secret DMs. No just friends with friends.
And you sisters out there, I hate to take us off a topic. If you be domestic with your husband, anytime that the police came out and they arrested me or they kicked me out the house, I went to another woman or I went to a strip club. I got to be honest. So when you push a man, when you get domestic with a man and he's being kicked out of a house, you're ensuring that he will be in the arms of another woman. Now, I was married, so I didn't just go. My friends called me all the time. Oh, Jehosa, let's go to the strip club tonight, brother. I can't do that. I can't even do that. You know what I'm saying? I'm married. You know what I'm saying? I'm loyal and I'm faithful up over here. I'm not gonna do my woman like that. But anytime I got kicked out my own house, I went in the arms of another woman. Anytime the police came out and arrested me and they got me away from my house, I just ended up at a strip club somewhere. So just remember, to you women out there, anytime you want to be violent with your man, you want to degrade him, you're pushing him into the arms of another woman. Okay, our white sister, I'm sorry. Our Anglo-Saxon sister, go ahead.
Somebody who would date you if they had the chance. Loyalty is black and white. Rule 5. He pays the bills, I multiply the value. He provides financially, I turn what he provides into meals, memories, and a home worth living in. Rule 6. No clubbing or bar scenes without each other. Single life behavior does not belong in a committed marriage. Rule 7. No thirst traps online. If you ever see a risque photo of me, it's because my husband posted it himself and I reshared it. I'm not advertising for other men's attention. Rule 8. He protects me physically, I protect him emotionally. That's the masculine and feminine dynamic working.
Okay, I'm sorry to cut you off because you got so many good points up in here. You see all the rules in this marriage? You see how this man and this woman have sit down, and these are rules of engagement that they have wrote down, you know what I'm saying? And they're going to follow and they're going to respect. What's wrong with that? Remember, everybody has to be accountable for their actions. The woman should be accountable, no different than the man should be accountable. I don't believe in domestic violence. I don't believe that you should use sex as a weapon, but I do believe in domestic discipline, not just a physical form. I don't believe in domestic violence. I believe in domestic discipline, meaning that you are willing to meet your partner in the middle of an agreement. She not gonna disrespect it, you not gonna disrespect it, and y'all gonna work right there in the middle. Okay, our sister, go ahead.
In sync. Rule 9. Divorce is never an option. We fix it, we fight for it, we don't quit when things get hard. Rule 10.
I think only men think like that. To be honest with you, I think only men think like that.
Sex is never a bargaining chip. It is not a weapon. It is a part of intimacy that keeps the bond alive. These rules might sound crazy to modern culture, but they work because we respect our roles. You don't have to agree, but don't knock what's working. If this makes you mad, ask yourself why. And if you get it, you know why traditional marriage is.
I gotta tell you, half of the women, even though everything that you said is right, I didn't see any fallacies in anything that you said, but half of the women in this world will not agree with you because they want dominion. They have been taught that they don't need no man. They have been taught that they can be the leader. They have been taught that they can be the mother and the father. It doesn't work like that in the dynamics of a relationship. Some females will sit up in here and they will be all like, well, you know, Jehosa, homogeny, and Jehosa, the family dynamics and the man as the leader and the woman. We don't want that, Jehosa. We don't want that. These same women are the same women on the internet crying because they don't have a man, because they themselves do not want to be submissive women. As much as a woman has to submit, a man has to do the same thing. Thank you for coming to the show today. I want to look at the other side of this real quick before I finish off this video. I want to look at the other side. Now, you've seen this side of it. Let's look at another side of what this looks like.
Did y'all see the post where the wife told the husband that he has no right to be controlling her, telling her what to do because she pays all the bills in the house? She works as a nurse and he's been unemployed for about 6 months. So he picked her up from the hospital, took her home, she went to sleep, and he wanted to charge his phone, and they only had one charger, so he went to unplug her phone and saw a Snapchat message from a man he never met before. So he went through the thread and seen that it was all types of racy messages. So he woke up and confronted her about it, and she told him, as long as I'm paying all these bills, I can do what I feel like doing. My question to you is he wrong for telling her that she cannot talk to other men, period?
I don't think he wrong for that. You know what I'm saying? I don't think that he wrong because he wanted. Shouts out to the content creator. Like, share, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. Y'all know what to do. You enjoyed this show, so support back. You know what I'm saying? You have sit here and you have enjoyed everything that I've been saying. Support, like, share, comment, all that good stuff. You know what to do. Now, was the man wrong? Okay, he not paying no bills up in the house like that. He's not the provider. But does that give that woman the right to cheat on that man because he don't have a job right now? I don't think so. I don't think the man has the right to cheat on the woman or the woman have the right to cheat on the man. When you enter into a union and y'all become one flesh, it's all you need. And that's the only qualms. What's God say about divorce? If your partner die or your partner cheat on you, that's the only two ways that you can get out of a divorce. Only way in God's eyes. Either you die or that person gives into infidelity. They give into adultery. They give into fornication. That'll give you the right to get a divorce. I don't think anybody should be cheating on. Why get in a relationship with a person that you have taken vows to love, and then you're going to end up hurting that person more than they ever been hurt before? Now, so to answer to the question, the girl is wrong. The woman is wrong. Now, I have felt on this video right here, I have covered all the topics. Okay, if I didn't cover all of them that I said in the video that they won't let me play, I feel good about where I'm leaving it at. We've talked about life partners. You can't keep on jumping in and out of relationships with a partner because you are only granted. So I know for a certainty that a man is only going to get 3 chances at a good woman in his life. That's his life partner. That's his soulmate. You can't find your soulmate if you jumping in and out of relationships. You probably threw away your soulmate a long time ago jumping around. Our soulmates have 98.9% of all the things that we need for a good relationship, a good marriage, and a good life. But you can't find your soulmate if you're constantly in and out and in and out and in and out. You treat relationships like a damn jump rope. You're not going to find your soulmate. So we talked about soulmates. We talked about domestic violence. We talked about domestic discipline, because I only got one more show that I want to put up. And shouts out again to my brother. He know who he is. I done said his name, Jeremy Hill, a gang of times in the show. I done said all the content creators, like and subscribe. I feel real good where I'm going to leave the video at, because I made sure I covered all the grounds of what the first video was. Sister, if you're in a relationship with a man that's violent, the Bible says that you should not make friends with an angry man. That is God talking to women. Men, we already know that, you know what I'm saying? But that is God directly talking to a woman. God said that you should not make friends with an angry man. You done turned them into your boyfriend. And then you wondering why he going upside your head. You didn't let that angry man into your life, and you wonder why he's having sex with your mother and your sisters. You didn't let that angry man into your life, and now you're wondering why he's stealing your money. You are not supposed to be in a relationship with an angry man. Not. Brother, God says you're not supposed to be with a contentious or imperialistic woman, a woman that will tear down her house, brick by brick, shingle by shingle, wall by wall, ceiling by ceiling. These are the clause that God has implemented us to tell us about the opposite sex. Are you going to heed his warnings? That's on you. You know what I'm saying? You should not be with a man that's going to go upside your head, sister. Brother, you shouldn't be with a woman that's going to demasculate you and take your manhood away from you. She should be building up your manhood. In fact, when you're with the right woman, it makes your manhood goes up 1,000, because you're going to do everything in your power to protect that woman. Same thing with a woman. When she's with an honorable man that's going to bring the femininity out of that woman, because she's going to want to please her man, love her man, cherish her man. Now, this whole video was started because I never even understand it was something like this. You know what I'm saying? I never even knew that it was a thing called domestic discipline. I never even knew that until 48 hours ago. I didn't even know. You know what I'm saying? I didn't even know. That's why it blew my mind when that's his name, Jay Hill. What is his name? He did a show. It got the song that come on. Look in the mirror, girl, you so dirty. Him, you know what I'm saying? Jeremy Hill, you know what I'm saying? Jeremy Hill. Before he introduced the thought, I didn't even think this was a thing. So I want your comments. How do you feel about this? Domestic discipline. But once more again, I don't do short videos, and I gotta cover everything about it first. I just can't go into a video and just cover one thing. Oh, we gonna look at the North. But what about the South, the East, and the West? You just can't talk about the North. You know what I'm saying? You got to talk about the South, the East, and the West before you can even look at the North. You know what I'm saying? You got to cover everything first. This is how I look at things. This is how my mind operates. That's why these videos be so damn long. But if you made it to this point, you're doing damn good, and I thank you for it. Thank you for coming out and supporting your brother Israel. Thank you for watching the show. Like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. But I want to know, how do you feel about this? I might not say anything. I might just let the video play all the way through, but I will say this. There is nowhere in hell I'm going to put my hands on my woman. I'm going to do everything that I have to do to protect her. If I got to fight a pack of men, if I got to fight a bear, if I got to fight a wolf, if I got to fight a lion, I'm going to do that because I love that woman. I ain't going to be putting my hands on her. I would never sit up here and say, oh, girl, you disrespected me. I want you to write a sentence. I want you to write syllables out to why you're not going to disrespect me no more. I would never make my wife sit up there. You know what, girl, you need a timeout. Go stand your ass in that corner. That is a child. I would never want to be with a woman that is immature, that I would have to treat her as if she's a child. But some women, you can't, just like the sister said at the beginning of the video, they're not going to listen like that. They're unteachable. You know what I'm saying? Did we cover that video? I hope we did. But she said some women are unteachable. The same thing with some men. So I probably don't comment. I just want you to watch the rest of the video and give me your commentary on what you think about the matters.
We have been practicing domestic discipline for roughly 10 years.
You said you only use your hand. That's not true.
I would not have a similar relationship to my parents.
We're happier than we have ever been. People can say, oh, you're your wife, I'm calling the cops. We get a lot of the woman is brainwashed.
So I asked her to write a line stating that being is important.
I love everything about my wife.
He is very, very loving. Like he's sensitive and caring and just loving in general.
We have been practicing domestic discipline for roughly 10 years.
A domestic discipline relationship is a dynamic between two consenting adults where you have a dominant and a the dominant is usually referred to as the HOH, which is head of household. The is referred to as a sub or a TIH, which means taken in hand. The dominant sets rules and expectations for the to live by, and there are consequences for not following the rules or not meeting those expectations. The 4 Ds are danger, disobedience, disrespect, and dishonesty.
Following up on consequences being broken under the 4 Ds, it could be from or writing lines, corner time, or just a stern lecture.
It depends on which rule you broke. They all suck.
So it's not the 1920s, because you've seen women didn't have any rights at all. They had to fight for their rights to vote. They had to fight their rights to have good jobs. They had to fight for their rights. The women and black women and white women, they had to fight for their rights. They had to fight for the 19th Amendment. They had to fight, you know what I'm saying, for their rights. They didn't have no rights in this country like that. A woman really couldn't say anything. So I can't sit up here. I believe everybody should have rights and have a representative. I do believe that. You know what I'm saying? I believe that everybody should have rights and should have a representative. As I look at females in the 1900s, they didn't have no rights like that. They didn't have the right to vote. They didn't have the right to own property. They didn't have the right to sit up there and get a job in medicine. You'd be sitting there and be like, all the teachers are women. No, Jehoshaphat, they didn't have that right back in the past. That women never had rights like that. They had to fight for the 19th Amendment. So I would never think that it's okay to abuse your partner. Just because y'all in a good relationship, y'all seen him walk in the room. I was thinking in my head, is he going to hit that sister? No, he was going in there to give her a stern talk. So we're not talking about the 1920s and the 1910s when a man had the right to grab his wife, bend her over, and whoop her ass for her disrespect. I can't believe in that, because I don't believe that you should be with a person that's going to disrespect you or be violent with you or steal from you or be manipulative to you, or even use sex as a damn weapon against you.
So I asked her to write a line stating that being is important.
It was being is very important. It's a unique quality to have. I will be at all times to my HOH. And I had to write 10 pages.
What's wrong with a woman submitting to a man? But once more again, women choose men that are not honorable men to follow them, to actually follow a man that has no honor. He don't have honor in the world. He don't have honor amongst his brethren. He don't have honor at the job. He's a dishonorable man. Women pick dishonorable men to be with and expect that man to be a leader. That is a problem. Men sit up here and pick women that they know damn well it is not like their grandmother, their mother, and their aunties. All the qualities, all the virtues, all the attributes that woman has to add to be an additive to that man. They don't pick that. And then they wonder why their relationships be so horrible and be made mockery and a shame.
10 pages.
I don't find writing lines as demeaning.
It is.
It's, I guess, just like any other consequence. It's not fun. It's tedious and it sucks, but that's about it. Daily household chores would be dishes, cleaning the kitchen.
Now, God said, if you want to save your money, brother and sister, God said, if you want to save your money, this sister right here, she hella smart to me because she buying bulk. You know what I'm saying? None of her money is going to be used frivolously and be distributed and be lost. You know what I'm saying? She buys in bulk so she could be able to save more money. That is smart of this sister to do. So just like God said, you know what I'm saying? He said, be frugal. You know what I'm saying? He said, buy in bulk. That's what this sister is doing. I want y'all to start, people in general, black people in general, I want y'all to start buying more in bulk so you could save your money.
Doing the floors, double checking the bathrooms, make sure they don't need to be deep cleaned. That needs to be in the trash can. Dining room table, our bedroom, and usually God, 2 to 3 loads of laundry.
On TikTok, I'm on YouTube.
I do all the
Please don't let me
cooking
have no
unless
problems,
it's
Father.
grilling.
Please let
He
me
does the
clear,
grilling.
Father. I'm trying, Father God. I'm trying, Father God. They saying stuff, Father. Please have your blessing.
When Brandy first brought DD lifestyle to my attention, I felt kind of awkward. I didn't really understand why.
I kept getting a book recommendation for a book called Your Spouse, Avoid Divorce. A lot of it surprisingly made sense, so I just decided to bring it up to him.
At first, I thought I was hurting my wife, and it's just a mind thing on that part where it feels awkward. But looking into it, I understood why. I have never left a mark, considering like a black and purple bruises or anything like that.
It hurts for a little while and then it goes away.
He really be sitting up over here spanking his wife. I don't, y'all be like, y'all look from the outside. And I was wondering when this was going to come up, though. You know what I'm saying? I would never want to be with a woman that I have to treat like a child. You know what I'm saying? I would never want to be with I would never want to be with a disrespectful woman. I would never want to be with a woman. Check this out. That I have to and it's outside of love making. This is outside love. This ain't love making. This ain't being intimate with your woman, you know what I'm saying? But to treat that woman as if she was a child, you know what I'm saying? A child, I wouldn't even want to do that like that. That's too much right there. He pulled out the spoon. This is not 1960. This ain't the 80s to where you use a paddle.
Okay, domestic discipline and BDSM are different because in BDSM, there's an enjoyment factor. Either you enjoy getting or you enjoy somebody. I don't enjoy being. He doesn't enjoy doing it. There's really not much similarities. It doesn't bother me.
I'm sorry, sister. You over here looking silly to me. I don't care how good that relationship is. You is too damn old to be getting whooped like you a child. That man is not your daddy, but he put daddy on a spoon and he hits you with it. Does not make any. And you know, I could be wrong. You know what I'm saying? Everybody is entitled to their own opinion. You know what I'm saying? I could be wrong, but that is a 40-year-old woman. That brother, you know what I'm saying? That brother, that is not her father. The man that spilled forth his seed for her to have life. You know what I'm saying? Maybe I'm missing something. Maybe I don't get it. You know what I'm saying? Maybe I don't get it. I do believe that men and women should be accountable for their actions. But far as in a physical act of violence towards another human being, that's not, maybe I'm missing something. Maybe I'm the odd one out. I don't know.
That he doesn't get the same consequences that I do because our situations are different and our roles are different and it wouldn't work. Well, I just realized I have 827 member requests today. I started the Facebook group with one of my friends who is also in the lifestyle. This was a safe space where people can talk, people can vent without worrying about husbands seeing it. I think most people choose to remain anonymous because they know that they will get judged for what they do.
This is an actual thing. You know what I'm saying? This is an actual thing that people are doing. It blows my mind. You know what I'm saying? It blows my mind.
The world sucks when it comes to judging things that they know nothing about. People can say, oh, you're your wife, I'm calling the cops. So we get a lot of the woman is brainwashed and stuff like that.
What the hell was doing this?
Stop saying hell. Our kids pretty much know everything about domestic discipline. More so than the people who be writing domestic discipline. More so than the people who be writing the negative articles about it. Our kids know pretty much all the ins and outs of it. Are you still reading?
Yeah.
Is there even questions at the end of this?
Nope. And I'm 13 years old. I understand quite a bit about domestic discipline. I mean, there may be some things that people find iffy with the rules and how they have set, but I don't think anything is too crazy.
They're aware of the lifestyle, but they know it's a choice, and they know it's not something that they need to do unless they just decide it's what they want to do.
I would not have a similar relationship to my parents, as I just don't believe it would suit the type of person that I am.
It's not for everybody.
That is true.
I think the ends justify the means because we're happier than we have ever been.
Well, damn it. If it took that for y'all relationship to flourish, then damn it, that's what you need. You know what I'm saying? Just like she said, I don't think it's for everybody like that. I don't even, but hey, that's just what I'm saying. I want to know what you think about it.
Tight, man, but we weren't always tight. I knocked the fuck out of my wife, man. No. Look, I'll tell you like it is. You want to do the same shit. You want some respect, hit your woman every now and then. Oh, my ass. You know, you think about it, you just scared to do it. I knocked the fuck out of my wife 5 years ago. Kind of enjoyed this shit, I'll be honest with you. She kept fucking with me. She kept fucking with me. I told her to quit fucking with me. You know, walking all up on me, bumping me and shit, you know. Because I ain't never hit her, you know, I ain't never hit her. For 20 years, I said, quit walking up on me like that. What you gonna do about it? What you gonna do about it? You know. I told her mother that one day, bitch, one day. She thought I was bullshit. 5 years, I've been with my wife 25 years. Took me 20 years to tag that heifer.